morning to everyone. As you might not be aware of, Ireland is the center of the world. It may sound as a surprise to you, particularly coming from me, a French businessman, but it's true, and I will demonstrate it to you, particularly for Pernod Ricard with our world-famous Irish whiskey brand, Jameson. A few words on Pernod Ricard was a worldwide co-leader of the wine and spirit industry with almost 19,000 people, 98 production sites, including, of course, the bottling facility close to Dublin and the large Millerton distillery. And we're pretty international, more than 90% of our business outside France. By the way, emerging markets, all in all, represent almost half of our business today. But what is particularly important is that we put people at the center of the business model. That's why we adopted our tagline, Créateur de convivialité, creator of conviviality. We are a relatively new company. It was founded in 1975 by the merger of Ricard and Pernod, two French companies, and with a simple vision, a simple ambition. Out of that time, 100% French-based business, the ambition was set to conquer the world. The first transforming acquisition in 1987, the merger, when Jameson joined Pernod Ricard. In fact, it was an acquisition, let's be honest, but with a promise that we would keep the spirit Irish, and we'll show that later on. Then we had the three big bangs. In 2001, the acquisition of Seagram's with brands such as Chivas Regal, the Glenlivet, Martell, 2005, Beefeater, Malibu, the Champagne Moom and Ballantine's, and in 2008, Absolute. All in all, 20 billion euros of acquisitions, a big amount. The result of it is a complete transformation of Pernod Ricard. Our sales jumped from 1.8 billion euro to more than 8 billion euro. The EBIT multiplied by a factor of 7, from 300 to 2.2 billion euros, and our market cap from 3 billion to 25 billion euros, a value creation of more than 20 billion euro. Our shareholders are happy. We have a business model which we call the winning blend of Pernod Ricard, which is made of global brand, strong investments, unique organization based on decentralization and global exposure. I will take one after the other. Global brands. These are our brands. But I should insist, every single one at its origin, its roots. This is the case for Absolute Vodka, which came from Sweden. And of course, the Scotch whiskey, Chivas, Ballantine, Royal Salute, have to come from Scotland. Beefeater is from London, the only London distilled gin, not to forget about Ricard and the Provence. And of course, all our Irish whiskey and Jameson in Ireland. Not to forget about the cognac and the Charente regions, and of course, the wine, the Rioja from Spain. This is unique of the European Union. We have an heritage which is with no comparison anywhere else in the world with these products and these origin. And you know, the beauty of it, that they have to be produced in the country of origin, which means further expansion of export for these countries. Decentralization. We have more than 75 affiliates all over the world. And decentralization means two things: lean organizations and a very entrepreneurial attitude, which means rapid decision-making at the local level, close to the customer, close to the consumer. We have a worldwide exposure. Of course, it started in Europe. And as you can see, we have number 1, number 2, and sometimes number 3 position in each of these markets. That we expanded in all the world. And you can see that we're number 1 in China, number 2 in Japan and Korea, number 2 in India. Not to forget about the Americas with our position in Canada, US, Brazil, Argentina, and Chile. But of course, the recent growth didn't come from Europe, because we achieved -1% last year. And you can see that we achieved double-digit growth in Asia, +18%, in Africa, +13%, and we're very proud of our growth in the US at +9%. In order to achieve that, we have to invest strongly in facilities to expand our capacity. For instance, we created a distillery from scratch in Cuba, quite an exotic destination, I can tell you, to build a factory, but also the expansion of our Glenlivet distillery, which was inaugurated by Prince Charles. We invest also a lot in marketing, and particularly in innovations. Absolute Tune is the blend of Absolute vodka and a sparkling wine. Malibu Red is a combination of rum and tequila, and we created in the middle the Big. The Big is a small team. In fact, their mission is breakthrough innovation in order to prepare the future. We are also very responsible, and I mean, it's something which we embrace very solidly. You know our support to Drink Aware, to the Alcohol Education Trust, and we have also initiatives with the Dublin City University. But on the top left, I would insist on the responsible day. This is not a misspelling by the French illiterate. In fact, all mean every single of our employee. We stop the business of our group during one full day. And due to the time difference, starting from New Zealand, ending in California and Peru, and every single of our employee will dedicate that day to responsible drinking activities. Jameson. Yes, indeed. It is a success story. It's an Irish whiskey embracing the world, and I will show that to you. Again, the same winning blend. It's a global brand with local roots. It has a worldwide ambitions. We make strong investment both in facilities and marketing, and we kept the spirit Irish. The local team is in charge of developing the international strategy of Jameson throughout the world. The history started, well, a long time ago, 1779, the Cork distillery, and 1780, Mr. John Jameson created his distillery close to Dublin. And you can see the history of the brand. Maybe I should insist that during the first part of this schedule, Irish whiskey was a lot bigger than Scotch whiskey. And then what happened is, of course, the US prohibition, the World War, and we're just regaining the momentum of Irish whiskey throughout the world. We make 200 million investments, particularly in Middleton, to double the size of our distillery, a very impressive works, I can tell you. And also, yes, it is an aged whiskey, so we have close to Middleton, over, I don't know, 100 hectares, we're building warehouses in order to keep the whiskey peacefully for 5 and many years. 200 million euros. We are very much linked with the film industry. You can see all these initiatives with prominent figures like Kevin Spacey or Michael Fassbinder. And we have connected with the film industry for more than 14 years in 40 different countries. We also have very innovative advertising, and particularly the saga of Mr. John Jameson. Isn't it a nice advertising, a nice movie? Unfortunately, the vast majority of you won't be able to watch it again because we are not allowed to broadcast it on Irish TV. The Jameson Dublin International Film Festival. We have been engaged with them for 11 years already, and we signed an agreement to continue with that. Hopefully, will be able to continue this collaboration with the Dublin Film Festival because I think it brings into Ireland thousands of visitors, including very famous actors like Danny DeVito and many others. It also brings revenue to the country, but of course, we need to be allowed to continue with the film festival. Jameson is sold in more than 100 markets, is the #1 Irish whiskey throughout the world. It's 23 years of consecutive growth, most of them double-digit. We have a very wide international recognition through awards and accolades from all the authorities in the spirit world, like the Impact magazine, the Spirit Challenge, the Spirits Business, and this is really recognized as one of the hottest brands in the world, the hottest spirit brand in the world. We sell Jameson throughout the world. You can see that it's evenly spread. In Europe, we achieved 9% growth over the last 4 years. Americas, 25% growth. I should insist that annual growth rate. And Asia, which is still small, only 4% of our sales, is achieving a very, very fast growth of 16%, annual growth of 16%. So as you can see, yes, we have a worldwide ambition for Jameson. And, you know, since the merger, in 1888, the brand was selling less than 500,000 cases. We broke the 4 million cases threshold last year. 5 million should come pretty soon. And of course, with the project of doubling the capacity, in fact, we're aiming at achieving 10 million cases. The title of my presentation was The Point of View of a Businessman on European Recovery. That's probably much more than I could do. But I would like to give you some highlights about our feelings. Well, you know that slide, I commented it, is the winning blend for Pernod Ricard. If I were to apply it to Europe, I would say that we have top left a common currency. This is the euro. This is our brand. This is our badge. We need to protect it by any means. Less centralization should allow less public expenditure and curbing down public deficit, which in turn, and that's top right, a favorable investment to invest. And I must say that Ireland, in this respect, is particularly good. But bottom right, what is the most important is a collective ambition. We, businessmen and businesswomen, we know that if we're not able to communicate to our people internally and externally, credible ambitions, visions, and the way to achieve that, we would miss our role. And I think as a European citizen, it's exactly what we need for Europe, a collective ambition. Thank you very much.